Marketers must love me. My head is easily turned by a special or limited edition product, and for this reason I was even more keen than usual to review the Skagen Falster 3 X by Kygo Special Edition Smartwatch. The question is, should those who are stronger willed than I am consider buying one? Well, we better start with who the X is Kygo. Well, he's a Norwegian DJ who, apart from making and producing music, also has a range of headphones and speakers adorned with his name, so he's clearly into tech. Skagen, it's a Danish brand, giving the partnership a Scandinavian flavour, and both really do seem to love a good minimalist design. The Skagen Falster 3 is already one of the best looking WearOS smartwatches you can buy, so why choose the X by Kygo version? Well, don't go looking for additional tech, as the differences are all visual. This is a stainless steel case, and on this version it comes in all black. You can get a gunmetal version if you buy the regular Falster 3, and it has a black silicone strap attached. And the only thing that breaks up this incredibly stealthy look is this white keeper at the end, which you might be able to see has got the X by Kygo logo embossed in it. And otherwise, there's a X embossed on the strap itself. Otherwise, that's it externally. What special edition would be complete without a watch face? This is the X by Kygo watch face, and what makes it unusual is when it goes into ambient mode like this, it doesn't show you the time, it just shows you a massive X. I do really like the fade that happens here when you go back to the main screen. However, I mean, not seeing the time isn't very helpful, so this hasn't really got used much. There are some good alternatives though. I do like the Danish star watch face, which gives some much needed colour to the overall look, and this is easily customizable as well, so you can choose all sorts of different colours within the menu here, so you can really customize it to how you'd like it. There's also, which is probably my favourite watch face on here, is the Digital 3. It's very simple, it's minimalist as you'd expect from this particular model, but it's very clear, and even when it goes into ambient mode, the time still shows really obviously, and that's pretty much what I need from a watch face on my smartwatch. Otherwise, this is just like any other Falster 3, right down to the price, which is very welcome. It's $295 or £279, and for that you get a 1.2 inch OLED screen, a Snapdragon 3100 chipset, 1GB of RAM, there's a heart rate sensor on the back, GPS, NFC for Google Pay, and even the chance to make and receive calls from the watch. That's not a very common feature, and it's really nice to have. I mean, you're not going to make anything that's a long call because, well, you look stupid talking to your watch, but it's great for short calls and when your hands simply aren't free to grab your phone. The strap is 22mm and comes on these quick release pins, so if you want a change of style, it's easy to change these out for an alternative, and Skagen sells its other really nice bands separately. The stainless steel case is water resistant to 30 meters, so you can wear this when swimming. For fitness tracking, it's Google Fit that's installed as standard, that'll track your steps and your calorie count and your workouts. If that's not extensive enough for you, there's plenty of other options available for fitness tracking through the Google Play Store. So it's stealthy in colour and design. It's also pretty stealthy on your wrist. It's a 42mm stainless steel body. It weighs a little bit less than 40 grams and it's about 11mm thick, so it is nice and compact. I don't think the design is too masculine. I do think that this, in the right colour, perhaps the stealthy look is slightly more masculine, but the other Falster 3 models, the gunmetal grey version, I think could go on pretty much anybody's wrist, and I really like that versatility. The Falster 3 uses Google's WearOS software, and it's not the best wearable software platform out there, but it performs decently here. It's up to date. It even has the new wash your hands alerts, for example, but there are the usual annoyances. Notifications are one big long list, and for some reason they never seem to work correctly for me. Whenever they come through, it's either the wrong one that shows up or a repeated notification that shows up, and that's regardless of what phone it's connected to. Setup takes ages. The battery life, it's a day here unless you use the extended modes, which of course then you suffer by not having certain features. And it's not actually that long in terms of battery life, but recharging only takes an hour. Anything else? Well, the heart rate monitor isn't proving very reliable, with some varied results and some serious overestimations some days. And the rotating crown, that's got a little bit stiff over my time with the watch, making it a little bit hard to turn with one finger. No deal breakers, and the software and the battery problems are pretty much the same across WearOS generally. So if the Falster 3 is the same regardless of which version you buy, what makes the X by Kygo the one to choose? Well, because it's the same price as the rest, it comes down to whether you like this stealthy look, unless of course you're a die-hard Kygo fan. I think it looks great. It goes with everything for a start, and it's very comfortable to wear. The silicone strap is really soft, and the underneath is lovely and textured so it doesn't get sweaty. And these thin lugs mean it fits your arm really well. I think the size is great too. It's 42mm. So it should really suit most wrist types. And again, that colour is not intrusive. You're not really making a big statement. WearOS smartwatches in general are quite tough to recommend because the Apple Watch exists, which is the smartwatch to buy if you can. However, not everybody can do that if you own an Android phone, which makes the Falster 3 one of the best looking and highest spec smartwatches you can get at the moment. And the fact that this is a special edition makes it just that little bit more desirable among the easily influenced, like me.